send Kenzie with Amanda. Pilfer Kids out there.
I can't handle girls. I don't know how to. So I'll take the boy.
You know what? I've got 2 of them.
Because I'm just used to boys.
We have it live, but we don't have video.
How are you, Mr. Thompson?
Here we go.
You have a ball game to get to?
I'm going the same one you're going to, I think, so.
Well, Wyatt's in the boot, so.
Oh, in a boot?
Yeah, fracture, stress fracture.
Early in the season too, daggone.
Jack and him win. They won last night.
Yeah.
We don't need video.
It's all right if we don't have the video.
It don't matter. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
David, I think Jack is the one who gave Nathaniel his bloody nose, if I'm not mistaken.
That was-
I think that was, she did. And I think that was just, sorry, we love it.
Yeah, yesterday. Emily took it. It was a busy day for my wife. I appreciate her patience during football season.
Are we live for her to hear that?
I may be better a politician than you think I am.
And she was like, I didn't realize that was your baby till I watched the playback.
Jack is quite the bruiser out there.
Red loved it, dude. He was so proud of that.
He loved it.
Oh my God, he was proud.
That's awesome,
He
though.
was like, look at my bleed.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Baby till I watched the playback.
Jack is.
We do have sound.
Dude, he was so proud of that.
Till we get our technical difficulties, we'll just go ahead and go. If everyone would rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
All right. Motion is second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All right. Want to do the recognition?
Yes, sir, we can do that. This time, if you want to join me down front, I don't know if we have anybody.
They're not here.
Recognize them. This time, we'd like to, on behalf of the Giles County School Board and school system, we'd like to take the opportunity to recognize 2 individuals. First, we'd like to recognize our school transportation employee of the month. That would be Greg Lee for September 2024. So we want to congratulate Greg Lee on that recognition. And also we want to recognize our school nutrition employee of the month for September 2024. That would be Steve Santalis. So congratulations to both of them for that recognition. And we'll make sure that they both receive these certificates.
Well deserved. And
Thank you.
thank you guys for doing that and making that a priority. Next, we'll go to public comment. Anybody? All right. Dr. Arbogast, you want to go ahead and get the educational feature?
Yes, sir. If you're all right, if the board's all right with that, what I'd like to do is to turn it over to Mr. Bowles. Nares High School has the educational feature this evening, so I'll let him introduce who he's brought here with him this evening.
Good evening. Always appreciate the opportunity to come up and talk a little bit about our school. So, first thing before we do that, I would like to tell you guys that we were pretty excited. We entered a contest through T-Mobile, and we won a $5,000 prize. And they're coming to present us with some things tomorrow night. It also allows us to advance to hopefully gain some more money. So there are some people that are very much involved in that have pushed things a lot, and I'm appreciative of that. But so you'll see some things if you come to the game tomorrow night for that. So
That's awesome.
We have a lot of neat things going on, and we don't always get to talk about some of the ones that aren't as impactful instructionally, but this is one of those that I think is really good for the kids' mental health and ability to be together. So I'm not going to say too much about it because I don't want to mess up their thunder. So if I introduce these three ladies behind me, Ms. Woodward, Ms. Helton, Ms. Bogus, to talk about some of the things we got going on with that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bowles.
Yeah, I've minimized it.
It's minimized down on the bottom.
There we go. We're not STEAM. All right, so we are here to talk to you a little bit about a couple of things that we have going on that target students' mental health in what we think have been very positive and impactful ways. The first one is our lunch bunches. All right, so there were a couple of things that we were looking at in the research, and so what we can see from some of the research is that more than 1 in 3 high school students experienced poor mental health during COVID-19. 44.2% experienced feelings of sadness or hopelessness, 20% seriously considered suicide, and 9% attempted. As educators, we are in the front row seat, and we get to see and we get to experience a lot of these things. And I feel like we are in the trenches, and so we are the eyes and the ears sometimes that help bring attention to student needs. So we were noticing after the pandemic that kids just seem to be, more sad, anxious, overwhelmed, and disconnected. And we wanted to do something about these statistics that we saw somewhat playing out in front of us. So something that we knew was making someone feel seen, heard, and understood is the loudest way to love them. So we were trying to brainstorm ways that we could do that and just add some fun into their days. So in looking at more research, we saw that that trusted adults, supportive peers, and engagement in community activities had many benefits, and those were improved feelings of connectedness, better mental health, reduced risk for suicide, reduced prevalence of health risk behaviors, and better academic achievement. So this is where the lunch chats were born. We wanted to make sure that students were connecting with each other and that students were connecting with adults in the building. So what better way to do that than let them get together and eat? So we started lunch chat. So Ms. Bogus is a lot of the brains behind this, so we'll let her share that.
So what we decided to do initially was we sent out a student reinforcement survey inventory to the entire school through Google Forms. Took about 10 minutes. We ended up getting 136 responses from the student body, which I thought was huge. And I'll be honest, for the first time since I have been a teacher after coming back from COVID, I was sad. I looked at sad people, nobody knew what to do, and I said, if I'm gonna keep doing this job, I gotta do something that makes people smile. Like, we gotta do something else that's free, that has no academic piece to it, and simply just allows people to connect. And so once we sent out that survey, we got a lot of information from that survey. I mean, it was unreal, things that the kids were telling us. And it was snacks. It was time to not have assignments to complete. It was a place to be able to go and do just a stress-free activity of their choice. And I mean, they really, in some cases, as we reviewed data, again, shared maybe a little too much. And, we reserved that. So how we came about this is now every month we host a monthly lunch chat in our classroom, and that I send out a Google form that allows to every student in the entire school, and the first 20 kids from first lunch and the first 20 kids from second lunch, or as quick as I can shut off the responses now, because it's quite popular now. And those students then receive an email invitation, and they come during their assigned lunch times, and they get a free lunch. They get a themed activity, they get a gift from us, they get something to do, and they have no idea what other students are going to be there, which is the part we really like, and we get to interact with them. And then they also are asked, the only thing they're asked to do is to pick up something out of a basket on the way out the door and share the message from whatever the social emotional activity was, the topic, with them, with somebody out into the school that looks like they might need to pick me up.
This one was our October lunch chat. Our theme was Let's Be Fantastic Friends. Our takeaway from this one, so as she said, each kid takes something from the lunch chat and they have to go out into the building and give it to someone else to spread kindness. And our takeaway from this one was fame gummies.
Mm-hmm. And it usually has the little logo on it or something. Something corny, because that's where my I like corny.
And they love it.
They do. Yes, they do. And then we always do some type of social activity within the lunch chats. And this one we actually did not think was going to be very popular, but we had potions that they could make. And there was like a little potion recipe book, and they worked together to pick out a potion they want to make and work together to make the potion. And usually they were working with kids that they don't normally hang out with or talk to out during the school day. So this was, some of mine forgetting anything. This one was our November lunch chat. This one was one of my favorites. We always get to interact, but this one we actually got to like compete a little bit with the kids. There was a lot of laughs. So this one we did, the social activity was to make scented Play-Doh. And they read the recipe and worked together to make the Play-Doh, which was kind of our key point of focus at school will make it easy as pie. So we were trying to teach them, like show them that if they just take things that seem hard and if they take it step by step, slowly breathe, sometimes it ends up being pretty easier than what we think it is. And then we played Pie in the Face. Did y'all ever play Pie in the Face?
Yes.
Loads of whipped cream. We had one that, it's like a competing one, so whoever, like you're both face into the thing and you have to hit the button as fast as you can, and the slowest person gets Pie in the Face. So the kids really loved competing with us three on this one.
We had whipped cream.
What was our takeaway on that one?
What's that one?
Oh, moon pies.
Oh, yeah.
And
little mini moon pies.
And we serve like chicken pot pie, and we had like pie. I mean, we try to keep everything in things. So. All right, so this is my favorite. So the holiday extravaganza is something that we do not do a lunch chat in December. We do 4 days. We do 2 days the week before we get out, and then 2 days leading up to it. The community stepped up, and every light that's ever been donated to us and every decoration that's ever been donated gets put up in our classroom. I mean, it looks like the Griswold family Christmas, and it's so fun.
This picture does not give it justice.
No, it's not. And I'll just tell you that I've added 2 more 6-foot blow-ups for this year, so I'm so excited.
Fire Marshal Williams.
So what happens in here is that during lunchtime, the students, anybody in the school during their lunchtime, nobody has to sign up for this, may come in and they may get a snack. We'll have like cookies and hot chocolate one day, or we'll have like cones, like you'll see in a picture, we had cones they could put icing and sprinkles on and like make trees and compete with each other. And then my favorite day is the day that we take everything that people have donated to us that's either new or like new items, and we sort them on the tables. And then we have a gift wrapping station, and the kids may come in and take whatever they want. They may wrap, they may tag, they may take it with them. Everything is free. And I will tell you that the number one thing of request was blankets last year. So we.
So you take donations?
Yes, we do anytime, yes, because everything that you're seeing on the screen is coming out of our pocket or somebody that we've talked to in the community that has been willing to donate. So all the food and everything.
And our grant,
we did get a grant, $1,000 grant last year that was able to help fund some of it. We have reapplied for that grant again, but we will not hear until mid-December. But it doesn't take long to spend that. Which is why I work a lot of jobs. But anyway, so this is, we also dress up like for theme days. That's them making cones. We put giant color sheets up on the wall to allow them to be able to express themselves differently if acting like a fool like me is not cool for them. So yeah, those are my favorite. This was our January one about fighting the seasonal blues. And everything was kind of ice themed. Again, we played games, curling, and just don't break the ice with the kids. And then I also had purchased some of those lights that are supposed to increase your vitamin D level if you sit in front of them. And so we had a few of those sitting in our comfy corner that made those available for kids to try out. So we just try to give them an experience. And then we also, Ms. Woodward did a thing on self-talk with them and gave them this flyer that we then sent out to the school as well.
We still, to this day, get kids coming in to request just to play Break the Ice. Like, who knew that game would be so popular amongst high school children?
Wow. But again, that's a little bit of aggression. They can get out.
Oh, and this one was our Chinese New Year. This one was actually really, really fun. Miss August had to miss out on that one. But, which is, this one we did candy sushi. And if you guys have never done it, you should do it.
So much fun.
It's surprisingly good.
Yeah, so cool.
It is a palate overload, is what it is. But the kids got really confused on how to do it. So Ms. Woodward and I actually got to sit down and just help them make it. It was really fun. There was a lot of laughs at this one too. But let's see, what all did we discuss? We discussed
is it hard work or luck? Mm-hmm. And we talked about what's the difference, and they all came to the conclusion it's hard work, is how we succeed.
And our takeaway from this was fortune cookies. We purchased a bunch of fortune cookies, and that was probably the kids' favorite thing to do. Read. What else? I think that's it. When life gives you lemons. That's the name. This one we really focused on how much we negative self-talk, especially when we're stressed out. This one was an emotional one, I feel like.
It was.
The kids really expressed what their lemons are, and it was kind of unreal. Like we got to see kind of what it is in the life of a teenager each day and things that we kind of forget that they're going through. But they sit around and they just talked to us. They opened up. They talked about what their lemons were. Their takeaway from this one was lemon heads with a positive message on each one of them. They also planted lemongrass that they placed in the calm room to give it a little greenery. And they asked, we asked them what songs they listened to kind of get into a more positive mood and feel a little bit more upbeat, and we made a playlist. And did we play that? We played that at the lunch chat, didn't we? So yeah, everybody that filled out a Google form also told us a song, and we played the songs at the lunch chat for them. Donut stress, just do your best. This one was around SOL time, when our kids' anxiety is at its peak. Yes. And our anxiety is at its peak. And we were actually pretty impressed. We asked them, we told them that their expectations are so high at that point that they could just come into our room and there were no expectations, just take a breath. And if they needed to get out some negative energy in a more positive way to pick a friend that they also have seen struggling and write a positive message to them. And that was actually, we almost ran out of cards on that one. And their takeaway were stickers with the donut strips.
And they had some pins, like they got.
Oh my gosh, the pins were so popular. We had teachers coming up asking us for pins after the lunch.
The teachers love it too. They come, and so that's been exciting because everybody's just interacting in a really positive way.
After every lunch chat, whatever leftovers we have, we send out an email to all the teachers in the building, and they can come up and go through and get food and chit chat with us. And a lot of them actually come into our lunch chats and interact with the kids.
All right, so we did a survey at the end just to see what their feedback was for us moving forward, and 100% wanted to continue lunch chats this year. And have you talked with people during lunch chats you've not talked to before? 80, almost 87%. They helped you communicate better. 100% said yes. And have you implemented any suggestions? Given we just picked a couple of the topics, and 63% used the Winter Wonderland. And then 90% feel it's hard work, not luck. They've assisted, they 100% say the strategies have helped them minimize stress at school. They've met new people at lunch chats, and their favorite thing is food and hanging out with their peers.
That's pretty awesome.
So, and then we have one more thing to share, and the comm room. So this is another space that we were able to take some of the grant money for, and we've implemented a room in the school where kids can go throughout the day if they're just feeling stressed, or, we have kids who may struggle with anger management, and they just need to get out of the room for a minute. They need to be able to walk away, and we've all been there where we need to take a breath, and then go back and regroup. And so we wanted them to have a space where they could do that. And so we did, like I said, use money from the grant. And then we have some things in there that they can utilize. We have art supplies. We have adult coloring books. We have...
So that reinforcement survey
Yes.
indicated that 4 major areas: a place to do to listen to music and relax, a place to do arts and crafts, a place to do play games, and then a place to be able to sit by themselves. And so that was kind of our goal, was to try to hit those big 4 areas.
Yes, and we've got pictures of each area. So this is kind of their relax and hang out. And this is actually my absolute favorite thing in the school, is that jellyfish lamp.
And our assistant principal has now invested in one of these in her office because she liked it so much.
So the jellyfish just move up and down, and it really is so relaxing. And we have a big screen TV, and we put up very just relaxing, soft music with like nature scenes that they can just sit in this area, listen to that. There's a weighted blanket. There's some fidgets, some adult coloring books, and so that's kind of their hangout spot. And then we have, this is where they can go kind of set off back in the back corner to themselves, and we try to change the scenery in there and change the activities with the seasons, so that we can.
And there's also a refrigerator and microwave, so if they're in there during lunchtime, we try to keep bottled water if we can keep it stocked, and then they can heat up their lunch and stuff too.
This is our game area, and we try to incorporate social emotional games. Like the Jenga game has questions written on it, so when they pull the questions, they have to ask each other questions so that they're getting to know each other a little bit better. Just things like, would you rather eat pizza or pasta, or something like that. We have a Buddha board, which is really cool. They can write on that with water, and then it disappears. So we talk to them about, like, we can put like a negative thing on there, or get it out, and it'll fade away. So we utilize that as well. All the furniture we were able to get from the Virginia Tech surplus, and they gave us a really good price on all of that furniture. It all matches. It's very pleasing to go in there and work. And then sometimes they just hang out and enjoy chatting with each other. We've done some activities in there. And teachers do volunteer throughout the day. They will give up half of their planning time once a week to be in the calm room and just be there in the space so kids can come in. They don't have, they don't really interact. They just kind of help them get acclimated, and then they just allow them to do whatever it is they feel like they need to do. So this is an example of the schedule that we're building and how that works. So they can come in for 10 to 15 minutes and then they have to go back to class. They can't use it as an escape from work. It's just for that few minutes to calm down. And the teachers know, that, and they'll send them back, and it seems to be working really well for students.
Maggie probably takes a little shut eye there. I see on Mondays, the fourth period, she probably
I was gonna say, we have teachers
decompresses.
that say, we just had to step in the common room for a few minutes.
Yeah, the teachers use it too. It's
I mean,
really common there.
it's pretty amazing. I mean, it's like you walk in and you're kind of like,
Well, and I feel like that, like, y'all are sitting there thinking, oh, it's a high school, and I think we forget that they're not grown-ups yet, and they don't want to be grown-ups yet.
right.
And some of them missed out on that childhood, and some of them don't have the extra junk food in their house, and
They don't have a calm room at home.
yeah.
It's
And
chaotic.
So, I mean, they want it as badly as the little ones do.
Pretty amazing.
Because Amos Woodward set up the teachers a little workstation, so it is part of their planning, but they are still able to utilize that time to get things done.
Yeah, they have access to the printer and all that in there. So they're
So
not.
if there's ever grants or people that, please share, they're always happy to
Yeah.
take in. So my basement has become some storage, but it's okay.
Yeah. And we have a takeaway for you all, because
Yes.
it
Wouldn't be a lunch chat. Sorry, there's no food.
So
That's
these
cool.
are peel and sticks, stickers that you can put on your computers, and they remind you to breathe, and you can rub them and kind of stress out, decompress and.
Can you
I need to
tell
call.
like a difference with the kids with the cell phone change? I mean, are you seeing?
Thank you, ma'am.
We are seeing a lot of interaction.
Yes, more social
A lot of social
Okay.
stuff.
It's green and gold. It makes me call. It should calm you.
Yeah, our troops are loud. We are actually now doing Fun Fridays in the cafeteria and trying to do some.
Maggie says she thinks it's been awesome that she gets to see kids like just talking with each other.
I also feel like they're less moody,
Right.
with each other, with us, it's just.
We did a big ball pit one day, and they had to answer questions until they had a question until they had the same answer to a question. So they had to stay in the ball pit until they could agree on a question.
Oh.
If any of y'all are feeling down on
come.
Fridays, I'm on NHS.
Yes, and we can send out the date of the next
Everybody
lunch
calm.
chat. If y'all want to stop by, we'd love to.
So I have a couple of questions, if that's okay. Are you guys done with your, okay,
Do you
I
want
just didn't want to interrupt.
I've got to breathe.
Sure. I'm gonna take a vote. I need it.
So I have so many questions. I love this. And I'm just gonna put on the record, and this is probably not the right place for it, but I started to even get a little emotional as you guys were presenting, because growing up, I played school with Crystal. We were best friends when we were little girls, and we played school, and Crystal Miss Bogus knew she was going to be a teacher when she was very young. And I've known our whole lives she was going to change the lives of students. And so watching this is it's very powerful. And what you guys are doing, all of you collectively, that matters to students. And as Mr. Bowles said, this isn't necessarily about instructional curriculum and the things that we, dive in on the data with, but this is the building block stuff, right? And so thank you for the time and the effort and the self-sacrifice that you guys are pouring into this. I don't know how we scale this to every school. I don't know if you've presented to every school, but some model of this should be everywhere.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And I know that, logistics in different buildings vary, but, and this is a labor of love from you all, right? You're pouring time and energy into the planning and the prep and then the delivery, but,
Well, if I wasn't going to be a teacher, I was going to be an event planner.
I know. Well, so you've married everything everything we always knew you were so gifted at. But yeah, it's really powerful for me knowing, you just specifically, as long as I have, and knowing how much you had a passion for children and their lives and their success, and seeing you put this into action is just incredibly powerful for me.
I'm thankful for these two ladies who are as crazy minded as.
You should really go look at their classrooms.
Yeah.
I was there helping Maggie set up. So Maggie's like, Mom, you have to go next door and see Crystal and Tiffany's room. And I walk in there and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And all this new stuff, and Crystal carries up a bookcase from downstairs by herself. And I'm like, how do you get that up here? You know, but just like for the kids. But to see the excitement on YouTube, when you're in there putting it all together.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I would love to be in your classroom.
Well, and
really. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
The last thing I will say is, Mr. Bowles, like, thank you as the administrator in the building for like encouraging them and empowering them and letting them go down this path and create this environment and this structure that, you know, it's absolutely got to have some immediate impact, but the long tail of this over the course of the students' lives, like, I think it's really powerful.
Amazing.
He has been very supportive.
Yes.
Let us go.
Yes.
I always understand.
I mean, he does live with a lot of women.
A good leader trusts their people.
But I was struck by that, you know, school size and narrows, you think everybody knows everybody, but the number of responses that you get where, you know, the interaction with people that they don't normally interact with. And, you know, we've dealt with these, Pulaski's dealt with what we've dealt with the last couple of weeks with these threats. And, you know, probably folks of my generation might have dealt a little better if we weren't just told to buck up and you know, learn some coping skills with stress and other things, and we would be, you know, better in life. And thank y'all for doing that. And like I said, you know, everybody here, I think, appreciates you guys thinking outside the box and really, you know, putting your heart and soul into it.
That was our NRCC distance learning room, that's what was transformed.
Well, it's amazing.
We know all the so we changed it.
So you all come down and
Check it out.
Come down and calm down.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank y'all.
Thank you all.
The only downside I see to it is I say you take a little bit of away from Mr. Bowles.
Yes, that's good.
All right. Wow. All right. We'll move on to our consent items, which are the meeting minutes from June 25th, August 8th, and August 27th meetings, the bills, the payroll, the revenue expenditure reports, the appropriation request, and approval of the field trips that were in your agenda packet. Can I get a motion to approve the consent items?
I'll make that a motion to approve the consent items.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All right, motion is second. Any discussion? All in favor? All right, passes unanimously. Dr. Arbogast?
Thanks, sir. At this time, I need to ask the board to approve the following contractual items. I need to ask the board to approve the following volunteer agreements. Kyle Chafin, Giles High School coach. Sandra Sharp, Eastern Elementary Middle School cafeteria. Jason Buckland, Nares High School football. Alvin McGuire, Nares High School football. David Mabry, Nares High School football. Leslie Morris, Mason McClarity and Giles High School. Jamie Bunker, Mason McClarity. Ashley Odell, Mason McClarity. Jeff Turner, Nares High School football. Brian Long, Nares High School football. Dolores Mullins, Mason McClarity. Tony Parcell, Nares High School golf. Morgan Williams, Nares High School volleyball. Ashley Snyder, Giles High School cheer. Debbie Poff, Eastern Elementary Middle School. Emily Moy, Giles High School. Jason Ratcliffe, Giles High School football. Casey Elliott, Giles High School middle school football.
I will recuse myself from all voting and discussion on this matter, as I have a conflict of interest as being one of the volunteer agreements to approve. Can I get a motion to approve these contracts?
I'll make a motion to approve the contracts.
A second?
Second.
All right. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous with my abstention.
Thank you. Need to ask the board to approve the following employment. Tracy McGrady, Mason McClarity, teacher assistant, effective September 23rd. Julianne Janelle, Mason McClarity, teacher assistant, effective September 5th. Christopher Blankenship, Mason McClarity, teacher assistant, effective August 12th. Emma Tawney, Mason McClarity, teacher assistant, effective August 12th. Caitlin Green, Nares Elementary Middle School teacher, effective August 8th. Rebecca Wagner, Eastern Elementary Middle School elementary teacher. William Spiegel, Mace McClarity, teacher assistant, effective August 12th. Willard White, Mace McClarity, teacher assistant, effective September 9th. Nicholas Huber, itinerary elementary art teacher, effective September 23rd. Leah Riddle, Narrows Elementary Middle School cafeteria, and Katie Dowdy, Narrows Elementary Middle School cafeteria.
Can I get a motion to approve the employment as presented by Dr. Arbogast?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye.
Need to ask the board to approve the following resignations. Elizabeth Snydow, Mace McClarity teacher assistant, effective August 29th. Rachel Smallwood, Mace McClarity teacher assistant, effective September 3rd. Angela Reese, Narrows Elementary Middle School cafeteria, effective August 23rd. Joseph Tudor, Giles High School cafeteria, effective August 14th. Timmy Bailey, Giles High School cafeteria, effective August 14th. And Suzanne Wirt, Mace McClarity teacher assistant, effective August 29th.
Can I get a motion to approve the resignations as presented by Dr. Arbogast?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye.
Need to ask the board to approve the following athletic contracts. Mandy Haven, Giles High School varsity head volleyball. Darrell Lucas, Giles High School head cross country. Anthony Ratcliffe, Giles High School varsity football assistant. Tim Muncie, Giles High School head middle school football. Scott Moy, Giles High School head golf. Bentley Ratcliffe, Giles High School groundskeeper. Steve Wilson, Giles High School JV head football. Camry McCroskey, Giles High School JV head volleyball. Kelsey Lucas, Giles High School volleyball assistant. Brian Strader, Giles High School varsity football assistant. Jeff Williams, head varsity football. Sam Wright, Giles High School varsity football assistant. Jackie Evans, varsity football assistant at Giles. Let's see, Josh Sparks, Narrows High School Scholastic Bowl coach. Teresa Lowe, Narrows High School football cheer. Abby Taylor, Narrows High School JV football cheer coach. Sherry Soto, Narrows High School head volleyball. Todd Lindsay, Narrows High School boys golf. Erica Gautier, Narrows High School middle school volleyball. Kirsten Schrader, Narrows High School JV volleyball coach. Maggie Booth, Narrows High School assistant volleyball. Ben Woodyard, Narrows High School weightlifting. Rodney Purdue, Narrows High School assistant football. Brian McGuire, Narrows High School assistant varsity football. Ben Woodyard, Narrows High School assistant varsity football. Bradley Sutphin, Narrows High School varsity football. Chris Helvey, Narrows High School JV football. Coda McLaughlin, assistant football coach. Dakota Schrader, Narrows High School offensive coordinator, varsity football. Kelly Lowe, Narrows High School head varsity football. John Bowman, Narrows High School assistant varsity football. And Mary Beth McKinney, Giles High School head middle school volleyball.
Can I get a motion to approve the athletic contracts as presented by Dr. Arbogast?
I'm going to abstain from this vote.
Okay.
Conflict.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Have a question?
Question.
Yes, sir.
Was we able to give any additional stipends to anybody this, on these new contracts?
And not on the, we provide the same allocation that we have the last 2 years or so, I believe.
I knew we had a request from some of them for a little more money, but we didn't end up with it.
We didn't. We can, that's something with these budget hearings we can discuss going into.
Okay, that's all.
All right. I got a motion. Any further discussion? All right. Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Passes 3-0 with Ms. Wynn's abstention.
Thank you. Need to ask the board at this time to approve the Spanish textbook adoption. It's a 7-year adoption. Public review was available from September 11th through September 17th during our regular business hours, and the book was Carnegie Learning Spanish Program.
Can I get a motion to approve the Spanish textbook adoption?
Make that a motion.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion?
Did we have any feedback during the public review or any comments from the educators?
None that I'm aware of now.
No, we have the history text now.
Yeah.
All right. Any further discussion? All right. All in favor say aye. Aye. Passes unanimously.
Thank you. I need to ask the board to approve a new scholarship to be offered to seniors at the Technology Center. for the Machine Shop and Automotive. It's the Arthur Pee Wee Conley Memorial Scholarship. And you received the information for that as well.
Okay, get a motion to approve the new scholarship at the Tech Center.
So moved.
So that, discussion first. So that's 2 scholarships, right? By the letter, it looks like one.
$500 scholarship to Machine Tech Program and $500 to the Automotive Technology, is the way I.
Okay. Perfect. Second.
All right. Motion second, any discussion?
I just had a question about scholarships in general, or a couple people mentioned about maybe want to set one up, but how does that work? Money, do they give you enough money to make that much interest every year, to pay to do it every year? Or we hold that money, or is it they keep it?
We don't hold it here, it's at the schools have it.
They put enough money in that fund to, I presume they live off interest every year.
It's the only way that they'd be able to offer it is if they have the funding to do it. So what they'll need to do is they'll need to come in and basically get an example of what the application needs to look like, provided to you all, so you all could approve it to make sure that we get it out there to everybody.
And some of the organizations like Lions Club or whatever, they'll pay it. You
pay it every year.
Pay it, yeah, every year.
Yes.
It just depends on what it is.
Fundraisers, whatever, however they're funding.
I just figured the best way was to have enough money to make it much interest every year.
A lot of the Lions Clubs and the community organizations, a lot of times they don't fund them. I mean, they'll fund them yearly, but yeah. So, any further discussion? All right, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Thank you. Need to ask the board at this time to approve the lease agreement between New River Valley Community Action, Head Start, and Giles County Public Schools.
Okay, a motion to approve the lease agreement that was in our board packet with Community Action and Giles County Public Schools for the Ag Lab at the Nares Elementary property.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All right, got a motion and a second. I just want to make sure that we've got, way I read that is that agreement may be canceled. We may cancel that in 90 days. And the reason I bring that up, that's the property that Head Start used that we've been talking to the county about looking about renovating to get extra preschool space. So, yeah, I'm hopeful that they seem very interested in that space before, if we could do something with it. And,
right.
We have lost that one classroom here, so we need to see what we can do with it. But the county's looking at it. All right, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Need to ask the board at this time to approve an amended 24-25 budget. We were contacted, as I shared with you, by the treasurer's office, the overall budget amount that they received for the school system did not match what we had provided. So in order to make sure that two dollar amounts match, we're going to lower the amount from stride funding, which is based on our enrollment anyway, in the the non-residential virtual students. So we were going to lower that $978,732 to make sure that the $2 amounts match our amount and the amount that the county treasurer's office has. It is not lowering county appropriation or anything like that. It's just lowering to match those numbers. And I did not mean to scare Mr. Buckland when I called him and told him this. So, yeah. But we will have to. We will have to have a public hearing anyway in probably March, April timeframe, if not a little bit earlier, once we have an idea of how many stride students we have. Because if we get close to the 2,000 number of stride students, the non-residential virtual students, that funding amount will be close to $18 million that will come in revenue-wise and then go back out as an expenditure. So we would have to have a public hearing anyway to adjust that number.
Yeah, all I heard was 978,000 when we had that conversation, and it took me a second. Yeah.
I thought I lost him there for a moment.
It's like Sanford and Son.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
I had the big one.
Yeah, dating myself right there, aren't I? Can I get a motion to approve the updated budget approval?
I'll make that motion to approve the updated budget.
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye.
At this time, I need to ask the board to approve a resolution that was proposed by Giles County to approve the lease financing for the capital improvements to the public safety building to house county administration, the recreation center, authorizing the lease of facilities to Giles County School Board, and the executive and delivery of an amended and restated prime lease and local lease acquisition agreement, and amended restated financial lease and other related actions. This is to help do refinancing with the county. We've done this before. And we're getting ready to add to that debt with some of the projects that we're going to take on in the next couple months.
Yep. We have the most valuable real estate in the county, so that makes sense to do that. And as a side note, some of the things they're proposing, I think, are really going to benefit the community at large, but definitely the school system too, with what they're doing. Talking about recreation, don't want to steal their thunder on it. They hadn't talked about it, but it's going to be pretty nice for this community. Can I get a motion to approve the lease financing resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Then we'll need to go through and sign when we're done, because there's a boat that we have to sign. Get back to it, because I think they're trying to get them to
All right.
Richmond or somewhere by tomorrow. So I need to ask the board at this time to approve the policy revisions that you were provided for our August 24th policy revisions. This is through VSBA and recommendations and needs to meet code and such.
All right. And these were the same thing we had in our packet and we talked about. Okay. Our thoughts of it.
Correct.
Can I get a motion to approve the policy revisions that we discussed at the August work session, and then also that were in our board packet?
Make that motion.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye.
I'm gonna keep going.
Yes, sir.
Update on enrollment. As of today, our enrollment was 2,162. That's 2,150 in person and 12 in county virtual. That is a decrease of 20 from September 3rd. That's 19 at the elementary level and 1 at the high school level. We also have 1,366 Stride students for a total of 3,528 students. We have been in communication a couple times with Stride to see where they are with getting enrollment. They are working on that, what they've shared with us. Giles High School, want to recognize Colton Moy, congratulate him for receiving first place at the Big E FFA on extemporaneous public speaking, LDE in Springfield, Massachusetts. Congratulations to him. Some project updates. Lights at Giles High School. DCI Shires came, we'll run site Monday this week to do some adjustments. They had begun installing the perimeter lights on the poles. They've done the 2 on the visitor side. Still need to work on the home side. Due to the rain, I think that pushed them off till today. I'm not sure if they finished it today or we'll finish it tomorrow. But basically the lighting's almost completed there. And they'll turn some lights to reposition them on the field and that sort of stuff, so that they have worked through that. Macy project update. We're still on track. They are going to go to the evening shift starting October 7th, 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. Southern Air's coming in, going to start working. They're going to start taking ceilings down and start working on FC fan coil units on upstairs, and they're going to work through the building. And still have a plan. They're going to change those, and the electricians and the programmers are going to be right behind them, and they're going to continue to work their way through the building with water and et cetera. You will see one more Connex box be delivered there sometime the week of September 30th. They need another storage box for the insulation for the pipes and piping and the ductwork. And we are going to take some of the, try to get in there before they start ripping the ceiling out, because when they rip stuff, try to get in there and get the ceiling tiles and stockpile some of the ceiling tiles so we have them, instead of having to worry and go per person, we'll have some as a stockpile to be able to replace them throughout the system. Anything I missed there? Got it, Macy. I thank you. The exterior lights, I don't know, I think we shared with you, the exterior lights around Macy, when we had the power cut off, change over, brought them back on, the lights did not work appropriately. Tried to figure that out. The electrical group came in to look at it as well. Bobby actually changed one of the lights out, the LED lights out, to put a new one in, and that one worked. So it appears that something happened to the other lights. So that's something that we're going to work through with the electrical contractor to see how we can rectify and resolve that problem. Narrows High School, Giles High School, and Giles Tech Center renovations. We anticipate these projects will go out to bid next week. They will go into, it'll be either in the Roanoke paper the 24th, Tuesday, or Wednesday the 25th, one of those 2 days. We also will hold a pre-bid meeting on October 9th. That'll be here, and then we'll take them to all three sites. And then October 30th, we anticipate opening the bids. So 5 weeks, we'll hopefully have an idea what the costs are going to be for those. Shared with you at the last work session, I was going to schedule a time to meet with a representative from that gun awareness program. I met with her yesterday and spoke with her. The goal, as I shared previously, and I verified that with her, the goal is to educate. It is not political one way or the other. It is to educate about gun safety. That's what it's about. So if you're still comfortable with us talking about that, I will invite representatives from the Be Smart program to present at the next work session so that you can get any questions that you may have and need to get answered there as well. So
I think it'd be a great time myself.
So I'll continue and I'll let her know once I know when we have the next work session scheduled. Also, a plan we've moved along, and we've been having conversations about with Radford University and the other school divisions around us, Montgomery, Floyd, Radford, Pulaski, about a potential humanities and fine arts governor school at Radford University. When we schedule the next work session, I plan on having the president, I won't pronounce his name correctly, but I apologize, Danilowicz, come present information to the board about that as well, so we can make sure that everybody's on the same page.
Terry mentioned that I want to involve our humanities teachers at both the high schools. Just, my concern, and I think we probably all share it, is we're doing some great things there, and we don't want to cannibalize their programs, only strengthen it. So.
And that's what we've told them all along for that, as well as the relationship we have with New River Community College. We don't want to damage that with the dual enrollment program that we've had with them as well. The only other thing that I have is I want to wish good luck to both Narrows and Giles High School tomorrow evening. Good luck to them both.
Super Bowl time.
My favorite 24 hours of the year for starting out. All right.
We can do dates after y'all are finished.
Well, let's go ahead and do them right now. So
you were provided a copy schedule of the board budget meetings at the schools.
So will Philip, did anybody check, will Philip be back on like October 2nd? Is that when you were thinking, or is he going to be that back?
I think it's right after that,
I
isn't it?
think he's back the weekend of third, fourth, fifth, somewhere in that neighborhood. That's what I'm thinking, but
He must have went all the way around the world, didn't he?
He's in
I'll
Montana.
email it to him and take a
He's
picture.
in Montana right now, so I think he's there for 2 weeks. So I'm thinking it's that time frame.
I had a question on that. How we gonna, how we do this? We meet and go together, or just show up at the schools at that time?
We meet at the, if it's at a school, like the tech center on the 7th, we meet at the tech center at that time. And then we'll meet with all the tech center teachers. They'll have information, they'll share information with us. We'll keep at that, and we'll summarize all the meetings after everybody meets with all the other.
First time, all right.
And what I want to try this time is if you folks, especially with the district representatives, if we want to, if you got a hard conflict with meeting at those schools, I know it's important for us to be there. Same with at large, or if there's anything in particular you really want to attend, and you've got a hard conflict, well, let's see if we can work around that. But they're usually at times in the day we can handle.
Mr. Chairman, Philip will be back 9:29.
Okay. I was just thinking if we could look for August, August. Yeah, somebody did that yesterday. You did that, yep. If I was looking at October 2nd, we've got that meeting with the board of supervisors. I don't know, it sometimes flows well into that. Does October 2nd in the morning work for anyone for a work session?
Okay.
We've got meetings that are already scheduled here.
Okay, well, we can pick another date.
It's Professional Development Parent Teacher Conference Day, so.
Don't.
I think on the 3rd, you got safety meetings here, don't you? What time do you have that?
I mean, in light of everything we've been going through, like the safety meeting,
So how long do you think you got?
an hour.
You want to do it on Thursday the 3rd at 10?
Does Thursday the 3rd at 10 work for everyone?
Is that our next problem? Basically.
Don't forget the Ag Lab's the 19th. October 19th.
May have to let somebody take care of that, Bob, or I'd have to do that, because I don't know what other day you're gonna do it. You're gonna start pushing it back close to the board meeting.
Yeah, if we can do it the 3rd, that would be. It's just at 10 a.m. for the 3rd. We'll check with Philip, make sure that works for him.
I'll need to be done by noon, because I've got a meeting with 2 other superintendents and our deputy.
If I know the Radford thing, if we have to squeeze, just look at the agenda if we need to push the gun safety program people.
Oh, well, all right, because I don't know whether he can be here on the 3rd or not.
Do we need to start earlier than 10? If we need to make sure we're done by.
But they've got safety, they got.
Oh, okay.
Here at 9, so.
Okay.
It's gonna be it's gonna be back to back.
Back.
Threat session. Work session, we could. Yeah, we could meet in there if you want to meet in there until we get finished to come out here.
Let's start at 9 just to be safe, if we can.
So Thursday, the 3rd at 9, I heard?
Yes, ma'am.
We can meet back in that small conference room and then move out here when y'all are done.
All right. All right, we've got that. And then our regular meeting is the 17th at 4:30. Anybody got a problem with that? All right.
It's at 4:30.
Yes, ma'am. I got a problem with the time. The regular meeting, can we do 6:30? I'm sorry.
Hold on.
But we play Honaker the next day, so it'll be a.
That is
17.
17th.
Well, oh. Is that Virginia Tech? Is that the Thursday night game too?
Men
No.
and their football.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Now it's West Virginia, right?
Well, Dr. Arbogast, I mean, if you'd request it, we move it for you.
I have tickets. Right now, I don't have tickets.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't get them, but.
Is that a home game?
Yes, this is the Thursday night game. We won't have anybody here. It'll be a quick meeting.
So 6:30. Is that what you said?
6:30. I'll be home by 7:30. Game's kickoff 7:30.
Okay.
Or you just have it at 4:30 and then it won't be.
that is the right option.
Or you move the day before and do it at 4:30.
Anybody have a problem doing it the 16th at 4:30? Oh, I do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Well, you all approved me.
Did
Do
we?
it at 5:30.
What did we approve?
What do you have to do on the 16th?
What do I have to do every day after school?
Well, which is better though?
I love you guys, but those kids are.
16th.
That would work. We do if
All right, where we at?
6:30 and 16th.
We're gonna call for a shopping trip.
You guys can rub your stickers right now.
Breathe. Calm. Jason, would you like to look at my?
Take a breath.
God.
Get
6:30.
6:30.
So on the 16th.
On the 16th.
6:30. Okay. I mean, get Marla White out of here. All right.
So nothing is on the 17th, so I can erase.
Yeah.
Nothing on the 17th unless you're going to Blacksburg.
Oh, I'll probably be stuck babysitting.
Probably.
I will be stuck babysitting. I shouldn't say stuck.
Well, I'll send you a couple extra kids and I'll go to the game.
I may have tickets if anybody wants them. So
I would rather watch it at home.
I'm on Honaker the next day.
I would rather watch it at home.
That'd be too long.
So.
For you.
Yeah. All right. So we've gotten our meeting scheduled, and that took way too long on my part. Sorry, guys. We're going.
We
Mr.
get
Williams,
through
you.
October.
And we will have, the board of supervisors meeting with 2 board members, 2 school board members on October 2nd at 1 o'clock. So I'll send that out as a reminder just to make sure we have 2 representatives there.
And then we'll have to work around it in November, right? Football's still going on in November. right?
Probably. Well, we'll see how.
You gonna make it this time? The board supervisor meeting.
Yeah. I'll make it.
Make it, okay.
I don't know if Philip will though. That's
If he needs me, just holler.
All
right.
So when we get closer, I'll send it out so I can see who's going to be there.
His hunting trip should be done.
Yeah.
I know that
Plans a trip.
I think Mr. Williams would like to go into closed session. So let's go ahead and get board member comments, and then we'll close and talk. So, Mr. Williams, if you.
Nice presentation. They own something there. They're on something. Let's see. I had a few things I want to ask about. We talked during the lunch about the lunch programs that we make it. Could give some lunches to some of the kids of evenings for practice. Did that,
We are working on that. We've been talking about that. The earliest I can start it is October 1st.
Okay.
We have been in discussions with the principals. in order for us to give them after-school meals for the sport teams, there has to be an academic component or another enrichment activity going on at the same time. So we have reminded the principals to send in that information because I have to file our CACP application soon, and I need that information to do it, so I'm waiting on that information, but we are planning to start on October 1st.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good deal.
And we're, instead of this year.
We'll be able to get a little credit for that.
Yeah, oh yes, we will. And instead of doing snacks this year, I want to do what they call meals. And the meals will consist of an Uncrustable or like a sub sandwich, a bag of chips, a cheese stick, a fruit, a juice, or milk, or something like that. So we gotta work out the exact menu and the menu components, but we're gonna offer more than like just a milk and a muffin. We're actually gonna try to offer what they call a meal.
I would just say, just seeing these kids in different times when they eat it, anything that would be non-perishable, that's got a little bit of a shelf life, because a lot of times what will happen is, these kids might not be hungry that day. They put it and they have the box so they can get it later on.
The only thing that might be perishable is like the Uncrustable or the sub sandwich, but yes, we can look at as many non-perishable items as we possibly can.
I just see the kid, when kids are hungry, they can pick it up. And, you're still getting it if they want it then, but then that way we're not putting anything to waste.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Back in the spring, I asked about the bus, you asked for you some bids on buses. Have you been able to do that? School buses. Yeah, remember we was talking about maybe get shorter buses next time?
Yeah.
Try to get some bids on all of them?
Well, our two just came in that we recently put out last year, so one was been appropriated for new
Right.
buses.
I thought you said you ordered them, but I thought you ordered them.
We ordered them last year, and they came in
Right.
like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I understand that. That's what I'm saying. It's about time to order them again, isn't it?
Well, I need the green light from you guys to do that.
I just like to say, I hope we go back to getting bids on them like we used to. We've been buying the most expensive bus of all of them.
If I would be happy to, I just need the green light from y'all, or Dr. Argast actually, or you folks and Dr. Argast to that
Get the
we
bids.
can do that.
We'll get the bids, that's the thing, see what's out there. But and another question I had was vehicles. How many vehicles and vans do we have now?
I had an exact list in my office. Don't quote me on this, and I'd have to verify it. It's somewhere around 40 some.
Yeah, I'm just curious, do we really need, we got a lot of vehicles sitting around. Do we need all these vehicles, paying insurance on them?
We actually,
I know things have changed what it used to be. They're being run.
there are some days that we're actually short on vehicles. A lot of the vehicles that you may see, our schools use, our schools might use them. A lot of times our garage might use the extra vehicles to loan out the bus drivers to go home while their bus is being worked on. I know our vans, our vans are utilized all the time, sometimes 7 days a week. So
That's all I asked, it's all of them out there, right?
I think both those items right there, we could probably put on the work session agenda. Kind of just how many vehicles. I'm been curious too. And I used to have your say when I first came on the board, I'm like, good Lord, we got all these vehicles, but I think I see it.
Well, another thing I was leading up to was,
We use them.
are we gonna have any surplus vehicles at all? I mean, vehicles with old ones I know we got a lot of them out here when I was here 30 years ago.
well, we
Anyway, the reason I was asking, the town of Pembroke is needing an extra vehicle to do surveillance in. They just wanted something old. They would put cameras in and do some surveillance on this drug stuff.
I don't know that we have any per se. I can get with Terry and see if we have any that, a lot of times along that back fence, that's where they kind of keep the vehicles that are no longer fleet vehicles for the sheriff's department, us, and any other county entity. But I can get with Terry and ask him if he thinks.
Yeah, I just asked him.
I know last year, we had a discussion about that, and we were actually short on vehicles. We were kind of searching for some, but I can have a conversation with Terry to see if we have any.
I know the old loom that Bob McCracken had in 1992, it's sitting out Eastern. Been out there for years. What we doing with them? But anyway, I told them I'd asked if we had one.
Oh, take
They
kids
call
home,
kinder.
They
take.
didn't want a police vehicle. They didn't want a police.
Town of Pembroke?
Yeah, town here was looking for something they just, which I hope we don't get that in the paper, but they was looking for something to do some surveillance in. They got their drug dog and they've made a lot of good headway for the dog. It's slowed up over a little bit.
I'll check on that.
Okay. All right, down Pembroke. The sheriff, he talked to him the other day a couple times and he was, he said he's still working on the dog for Giles. He won't put a dog at Giles. They're wanting to try to get some kind of locks on the gates at Giles High School. We all lock during the day now. Y'all locking the gates up around back where we are. And he want to get something where an emergency vehicle could come through there and push a button and get in there. Like it's at the tech center, especially in the wintertime when the weather's cold now and more locks will freeze. But they want something they can get in there quick. Now they have to get out of the vehicle, the police, fire and all. If they had to come in there, they could get in without having to go through so much. I don't know if we check on trying to do something about that.
We'll just have to look at the access gates, see what kind of access gate we can get that swings open.
I think those are cheaper than
I would think.
the ones like yeah.
And that was at the tech center, Mr. Williams?
No, high school, Giles High School, around back, every morning after all the kids get in there, y'all locking the gates up now.
The one that goes around
Yeah.
the tennis court,
Yeah.
that gate.
Yeah, they lock them. Just wonder if all right, and he also mentioned lights that, is, somebody check on, they want to do some better lighting at Eastern.
At Eastern?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, better traffic lighting, slow traffic down. Let people know it. So I tell you, I think a lot of times, I watched one the other day, got a ticket, but a lot of times, somebody hadn't been through here before, they're passing a truck just at the right time, really, they don't see the lights till they're on top of them back. But they want to put better lighting up.
Flashing.
Is a flashing light while traffic's coming and going. Wonder if we could, if there's any fun, we'd talk to VDOT or something about trying to improve the flashing lights.
Look into that and then we'll make sure we put that on the October 2nd or whatever date it is with the county.
They've been real good though. What times I've been through, they're good now, but usually it's a deputy there, two deputies there at both times with flashing lights sitting on both ends. And I think it's helped, it's slowed them down. But, he just wants something we do to slow them on the light. All right. We've been trying some way to get a resource officer at the tech center. And, I think, which ones of them I've talked to, the county board supervisors would fund it if we could have something he could teach something too while he was over there. Now that's something to think about, could driver's ed, could that officer at the tech center teach driver's ed? Classrooms?
They'd have to go through and get certified. There's a course they have to take, get certified, and then we'd have to submit them to DOE and they'd have to be on their list. All the individuals that are teaching behind the wheel have a certification to do that.
It could be done, okay.
Yeah, you have to go, he or she would have to go.
My understanding, we're having trouble getting some now, aren't we? We're short some driver's ed teachers.
We've got, we have 7 or 8, I think.
Got that many, okay. That was just something I thought that person could teach driver's ed, the classroom part of it anyway during the day there.
If we're looking, if they're looking at funding and would fund, I know Roanoke County, my cousin's husband teaches law enforcement or whatever it is at their tech center. I mean, if that's something that we can go ahead and start I think the first thing we gotta do is an interest survey, isn't it?
They would have to do the interest survey, see what the interest there, then submit the course to DOE, get it approved, bring it to you all to approve.
I think the county would fund it if it was something teaching going along with it.
I think, but let's do that. Let's get that process, the preliminary part of it looked at. I think it's a creative solution to do two things if we got the interest to support it.
I'll talk to Kevin.
As all, Mr. Chairman, I'll be still.
You get good ideas, Mr. Williams, good ideas. Appreciate your
Every
contribution.
now and then.
They're good. Thank you all for the education feature earlier. That was great. I won't reiterate everything I said before. I just wanted to say, a public thank you to all of the teachers that have gotten the school year off to such a good start at each of the schools. And a lot of baseline testing is going on. And so I know there's some stressors and getting the technology to work in some instances. And I'm just really thankful that everybody seems to be dealing with some of the external stress that's been going on in the environment and in the news really well, and keeping our kids focused and safe and keeping their well-being a top priority. And so that's all I've got.
Again, thank you guys. It's always my favorite part of school board meetings is educational. You know, it's great seeing the kids, but then again, it's great to see our teachers. You know, we know you guys work so hard, and getting to just experience it and just we felt like we was right here with you. So I really do appreciate it, and so needed. I mean, so needed. So, but again, thank you. And thanks you guys. I know it's been busy getting started. I mean, I know lunches, trying to keep everybody, Mr. Brown, I know you've been working on with cafeteria stuff, so thank you for that. And I think they had some work things this week with Sarah. Is that right? They said it was very, very good.
We had data chats.
Yes, Andy said it was very informative, so thanks. I'm sure she's very busy. I'm seeing her on the road a lot, so I know she's gearing up doing a lot of that, so thanks to that. And again, like Nicole said, thanks to all the teachers for, I know it's been how many weeks have we been in?
Getting ready to start 6.
I was going to say 5 weeks, or 5 weeks, so.
Don't buy.
So yes, but thank you for, again, all the teachers for doing that. And that's kind of about all I have.
I want to first off thank the sheriff's department for all their hard work the past few weeks and long nights, and Miss Mustaine and the other administrators that get the calls to deal with some of the, well, I just call it crap that's going on, and hopefully we'll get a handle on that. It's not just us, but and again, appreciate that very much. Ladies, greatly appreciate the presentation. Suzanne, thank you for, still remember World G in my 9th grade year. But I appreciate your year.
I wasn't much older than you either.
I thought I was older than you.
But no, I greatly appreciate all the care that you provide that. And I think, you know, it's great to see that, because again, I think a lot of times, especially, you know, it was nice to see the young men in there that, you know, a lot of times I think we're taught, you know, just eat stress, and, you know, maybe it's healthy to teach these kids at a young age how to do that. So thanks for all you guys do. Again, I appreciate everybody's work in getting school started, and I think we're off to a great start. And again, thanks for the folks, the recognition of the food service and the bus drivers. We appreciate their work, and again, just glad that we're getting off to a good start. So with that, unless anybody's got anything else, I'll need a motion to go into closed session to discuss the student discipline matter. Is that, yeah?
I make that motion.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Check your phone.
Oh, it's in the car.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I want to know where to buy the sticker.